of people who are walking around who don't even know that they have the virus and are walking around transmitting. What happens if we don't catch every single case? Is this a problem? And the short answer is that you don't have to catch every case. And this is because of something that in epidemiology terms we call a herd effect. And what this means is essentially something that you do to a fraction of the population can actually have outsized effects on the whole population. We see a very clear example of this, for example, with vaccines. Vaccines create maybe the most famous of herd effects, which is herd immunity. And that is where vaccinating a portion of the population can actually create enough like fire breaks across the population that the virus can't continue to spread to everyone. And so it actually can suppress the whole viral transmission if only a fraction of people get vaccinated. And there's a whole mathematics behind this that I won't go into detail, but these tests can have the same effect. By blocking transmission, you essentially you stop whole new branches of transmission chains from occurring. And so you don't have to stop the cases from happening with everyone. You could have 50% of the whole population just completely refuse to use the test. They don't want to, and if they are using it, they can pretend like the test doesn't exist and ignore the results. But if you have, say, 50% or 40% of the people who are willing to use it and make the right decisions based on those results, that can be enough, and we have the mathematical models to back all this up, to really create a herd effect that severs enough transmission chains and can actually suppress the virus at the whole community level. So then even the people who are flat out refusing to use the tests would become safer. And so that's really, that actually jumps into the real big idea here, which is that these tests aren't just used to protect individuals and individual dinner parties and serve as a ticket into an event. It's actually a program of testing that can really get the virus completely under control in communities so that people don't have to be worried about getting infected when they go out of their house each day.
Everyone wants to get out of this pandemic. So what if we told you there was a way to do it, saving lives and livelihoods, but the FDA isn't letting it happen? We're talking about daily quick tests. They're cheap, about $1 a piece. They're fast, with results the same day. And they're simple, with the ability to perform at home via a saliva or nose swab with no professional help. Think of them kind of like a home pregnancy test. And even though current testing methods take way too long, the FDA won't approve these new daily quick tests. Why? They rely on an outdated way of thinking of testing. It has to be perfect and lab-based, regardless of how slow it is. They say these new daily quick tests are less accurate, but that thinking is, well, inaccurate. Current tests capture disease a little bit earlier, but only a few hours before a daily quick test. And the thing is, daily quick tests actually detect disease at its peak, when someone is most infectious, which is exactly when detection matters most. And because it's cheap and fast, we avoid the delay issue. In other words, even if it's less accurate, it doesn't matter from a disease control standpoint. Let's look at it like this. If you were sick but it gave a negative result, you could simply take another daily quick test the next day and likely detect the disease. That means your worst case scenario is a 1-day delay in detection. Meanwhile, with current testing methods, you'd be facing a 7-day delay for results anyway. If we start taking daily quick tests every day, we can quickly identify those who are most infectious and slow the spread of this virus. The FDA won't approve because they're thinking of it like a diagnostic test, not as a tool to end the pandemic. The technology exists. It's as simple as printing paper and cutting it into millions of little strips. Go to a restaurant? Daily quick test. Want to go to your office? Daily quick test. Want to see a friend, go to school, or start college? Daily quick test. Join us in calling for the FDA to get us this daily quick test today.